Good afternoon, everyone. Or is it still morning? I don't even know anymore. No, it's officially afternoon. I got up at a decent time today. I'm starting to, as I yawn, feel less tired. Last week was really bad and yesterday. Today I'm feeling not as tired as I did. I think what it is before Christmas, I was doing really well with my eating. I was having nice big salads, or like a protein salad with some crumbled chicken in it. And I actually stopped doing lettuce because I don't know about down in the States, but here in Canada, we can't get lettuce very well. And like one of those heads of lettuce that, sometimes you get for 99 cents, $1.99 tops of your paying. They had this little tiny one and they wanted $6 for it. I guess something happened with the crops this year and something with lettuce. So I stopped using lettuce and I just did like cucumbers, tomatoes, avocados. What else was I throwing in there? Celery. And I would just make like that type of salad, and then I would throw chicken in it. And I have a mixed salad mixture I get from Walmart that has different seeds in it, and I throw that on top with the chicken. And then I have a dressing I like an oil and vinegar, and I take a little bit of mayonnaise, just and mix it up and put it on. And I was eating those like every day. Or I would do a cucumber. I would take a piece of ham or a piece of turkey or chicken, depending on what I bought. Sometimes all three, and then I do all three. I just take the sliced meat, put a cucumber with a bit of mayonnaise in it, roll it. Sometimes cheese, depending, because I'm lactose intolerant. So sometimes I just do a little bit of cheese sometimes, and I roll it and I would eat it. So I was getting a lot of vegetables, and I was eating much healthier, and my energy level seemed to be better then, and I was a lot more productive. Then, of course, Christmas came, and I kind of got out. Everybody was home, and my habit broke, and I found myself draggy. So this week when I grocery shop, I'm going to get all my stuff to start eating those protein bowls again, and so that I can see if my energy level. Plus, Christmas is so busy, we get tired, right? So today is kind of part 2 of last week. Last Tuesday, for Tag Tuesday, we took, because it was week 1 of Let's Get Organized, January Let's Get Organized in Junk Journal, Craft and Chat. And in there, I have different events that happen. And so for the month of January is Let's Get Organized. And last week, week 1, was scraps. Organizing our scraps, as well as using them. So in Tag Tuesday, what we did is we took and found, this was a piece of cardstock that I don't know how, it was a piece left over, and I stuck it in my scraps. So I collaged on it. Some of it was just white cut off from something. So we took whatever scraps we had, like cardstock scraps, and we did tags. I had some file folder scraps, and so we made some base tags. And then I made a few extra this week. I decided to show you, like I had this in my scraps, and it's kind of got I think what had happened is it didn't quite corner the right way here. So I think I just was like, oh, forget it. But I'm going to try to fix it, maybe. We'll see. And it could be a tag, turned into a tag. And then I found this was a scrap. It was attached to another piece that I punched out some whale tails with. So I just cut that off and tagged it. And all I have to do is really put paper on the back. You can leave it as it is or whatever. So I did that for a few. This is just cardstock, and I did the same thing. It was one whole piece like this, and I cut it in half and then made tags out of it. Got to cover the back. Same with this little piece of. So I just did a few more. This is actually, I was trying a new journal type, and I really screwed it up, and I had all this paper. First I was going to throw the whole thing in the recycle. I was like, oh, I cut whale tails out of it and did different things. Well, I thought, I took a piece of it off and made a tag from it. Now I could have used either side, but I'm going to use this side. So I grabbed some extra tags here. Not sure if we'll get through all of these on air, but I wanted to show something. And then these ones I never finished. So I want to show you something. Sometimes we get like big book scraps or music scraps like this, and sometimes we end up tearing them and da-da-da-da. Now, from watching a little bit of 507 Willow Road Journals, Leslie and Ruby and Pearl, they do a different type of tag using just the paper. And I only have a Christmas one available. It was on my desk, so I just grabbed it. But this is just a music page folded in half. And it still has a good sturdiness to it. Because, of course, I collaged on it more paper. I put a fussy cut on it. And then on the back, I wanted some writing space. So I put another piece of paper. And it still ended up. So these type of scraps, they can turn into tags as well. Now, if you feel like you want it a little thicker, why not when you're doing this? I didn't even bring my scraps over. Let me see, I should grab an extra book page. Oops, I almost fell out of my chair. Now that would have been quite a video. I'm just going to grab, if you want to make it more sturdy, I don't know if I've got a book page scrap big enough to do that. I think that was my biggest one. But anyways, if you had a bigger, I don't need to worry about, oh, I keep yawning, guys. I'm sorry. You could, I'm not going to do it because I don't want to rip a page, but you could put another book page in it and thicken it if you want. Or if you have a piece of scrap that you'll never use for something, throw it in between it, type thing if you want to make it sturdy. I'm not worried about that. I don't believe all tags have to be hard anymore. I used to. I thought you could only make tags out of cardstock. But I've been expanding myself lately and thinking outside the box. And well, it helps when you watch other creators, right? I'm not even worried. I want it to look rough. I'm not going to I want it rough looking. I had a really nice one that turned out really nice this way too. Now this one's a little bit skinnier, but that's okay. I'm not worried about that. I mean, you could do the same thing using a full book page if you wanted to. That's not a problem. So, I mean, I could leave it blank like that. I could add another scrap onto it. And you could even overlap it too. It all depends on what you want to do, right? So you can just then, I want to kind of finish it, but I don't want to finish it because it's not really what we're doing for today. But I wanted to show you this idea so that if you have a lot of book page scraps, I'm just looking for something, a piece of what I'm going to put on this. I should have, oh, I know what I'll do, because I want to use it in a journal. I actually have this journal, the page open. I have the paper for the tuck, but I want to put a little card in there. So that's why I pulled the journal here. So I'll go into the bucket that journal and two other journals are being made out of, and I have to reorganize it because the past few days it became, it's gotten scary in here. I have thrown scraps in here. What I need to do is pull out, I don't know if I've got one that's empty, one of these. And sometimes what I do is when I start to get smaller scraps, I put it in here and keep it with it because it's what I'm working on, the projects. I've got 3 or 4 journals that I'm using all this paper for. So I'm just seeing if I've got a scrap in here that I want to use. Could use that. We'll put that outside because we might use that. So because I haven't kept it organized, okay, I don't know if I've got much more scraps here. Oh, I've got that one if I want to. A book page. Oh, here's some more. I'm just going to pull them out because I'm going to see what I'll use with them. So we're just going to pull that there. And then I'll probably throw them in the envelope once I decorate this and the music page. I'm going to make, and then the same thing, I'm going to go ahead and glue this. Same thing with this. I'm not going to fix the edge. I'm just going to put it together like that. Yes, sometimes I glue both sides, so maybe the better chance that I don't miss the edges, because that's what my worst part. I always miss edges. And like, if you want, like I know I put scissors here, guys. I know, because I was working here for a few minutes on my own, just trying to be organized when I got on air. Well, I was a little bit more organized. So I'm just going to move this Christmas one aside. Lately, my style of journal has changed, but I can do another style because I'm working on one for somebody, back kind of my old way of doing it. I've just fallen in love with this type of journal right now. That came out of there. So I've got different scraps here that I can use. And like I could cover the whole book page up, but I don't think I want to. But I don't want her in there. See, not positive on that yet. Those are good for, these would be good for a smaller tag. Like I kind of like, might be too much. This one I want for a whole tag. I might leave that out. I don't have a whole, I do think I have a whole tag to cover. What I'm going to do, guys, only because I want to see the colors that I kind of used on this page. So I can almost use anything with the pinky zone tones in it. So let's see. I need something kind of long. If I cut that, punch that heart out in the kind of a weird spot. Now, why did I do that? We might end up going back to this. Again, if I had you could tear it if you want it. Well, see, mine isn't going to be straight because I'm not worried about it. I don't really want it to be super straight. So let's do this. And I'm just going to grab my Terra River ruler behind me. One of my favorite ones. I just like this edging. Yes, and I did want it slanted because I might have to trim it a bit. But let's put it this way. And there we got it. So these scraps, because I'm not using them, I'm going to throw in back into here. And then later I can clean out that box when I go sit down tonight. At night, I only work on journals, journals I'm trying to get in my shop. And I haven't been doing it because I'm trying to get organized. So January, a lot of new stuff might not be in the shop. Because right now I'm just trying to clean. I just feel like I'm getting nowhere because I've been so tired. And tomorrow, I'm probably not going to do a video. I think tomorrow, my little apartment here needs a clean. I need to do some sweeping. I need to wash the bedding. I was supposed to do that yesterday. Well, I did a video for you guys yesterday. I'm not sure what happened. I edited it, and in the middle of editing, I don't know what I hit, but I ended up deleting it. It's gone. I don't know where it went. I don't know what I did. I guess it's a learning. Now, see, I don't like how wide that is at the bottom, so I'm going to just trim it a little bit more. So I don't have a video for you guys. It was Merry Monday, and I was talking about my fussy cuts for Christmas. And it's gone. I don't know where. See, I feel like I will put that on, but I feel like I want another color on that for some reason. what color I would put on top of it, or a script of some sort. There we go. I always miss at least one, always the tops of them, because I don't want to get ink on my glue on my board. I really got to start, I got to find an old magazine I don't care about. Need to go to the thrift store, even if it's a cooking one, and buy one, maybe one a little music page. So using your scraps to make a tag, and we're going to complete this all the way. Yeah, I think I'll go this way. You can make a tag just out of using scraps paper. There's nothing says a scrap has to be super thick. I mean a tag, sorry. It can be... Ugh. Oh, I did it again. I might do, if I get a chance tonight, and I might do my video, I might upload both videos for today and tomorrow, because I wanted to mass making finish up the clusters and embellish the clusters we made. So I'm debating what's going to happen. I have to look at my week, see how it's going to go. I just really need to spend some time cleaning, get my bathroom clean, my shower stall, you know, just do all that. I rather craft. I rather be doing this, but sometimes you have to be a grown-up and you have to go do what you have to do. I want to change my tree around. I have my Christmas tree still up. Always do. Normally it would stay up even longer, because my girlfriends and me, my besties, 3 of my besties, we do Christmas together. We do stockings, but trust me, they're not little stockings. They're huge sack stockings. we go a little overboard. I buy them stuff all through the year. Whenever I'm out and I see, oh, Nicole would like this, oh, Stephanie would like this, I'll grab it here and there. So that's how it ends up getting so big. And they're pretty much the same way. So we normally do our Christmas second or third week in January. Because of family and jobs, they have and inventory. My one girlfriend works in retail, and she's an assistant manager. So they had inventory at the beginning. So we end up doing Christmas late. So I usually end up doing leaving my Christmas tree up till we're done. And then I put a winter tree up, and then I'll change it quickly to Valentine's. Well, this year I'm not going to do that. I'm going to take my Christmas tree down tomorrow, probably. Not take down the tree. I'm going to take off the reds and the Christmassy stuff, and I'm going to pull out my white, blue, and my snowflakes, and it turns into a winter tree for a couple weeks till Valentine's, usually about first, second day in February, depending on what's happening. So that's how I'm going to leave it, other than I'm going to finish, and then I just take... I had a thin piece, because I don't want to... I have... where's my scrap box? I don't want to waste that big paper, because I have other tags I have to cover. I thought I had a thin piece, but I might be wrong. It's too short. I just saw what... Oh, I know what it is. It's in the box that I didn't sort yet. That's why. I still have a big bucket of scraps I got to sort through. And it's a lot. A lot. So I still have to go through all this. And in here, there's a lot of things to make tags with. Tag bases. This is that book I took that out of. It was supposed to be a hinged journal, and it just wasn't turning out for me. I didn't like how it looked. And so I've been making whale tails out of it and using tags. So I take it and use it for something else. see, I've got lots of pieces like this. This is like great bases for tags. So I'm going to take them eventually when I'm sorting this one night. I got to sit and just get to it. Get to it. Is there a piece in here? Nope. I thought I seen a piece that would fit perfectly there. And I could be wrong. See, and in here what I'll do is these are great for my scrappy pads that I have a video for. So I will put that in my scrappy pad book. So, no, I guess I'm wrong. I really did think I had something in here. Okay. This box really needs to be cleaned up. It's got a lot of good stuff in it. Okay, so we'll just do this. We'll just go back to this. I'm going to do this. I think I'm going to tear it. Oh, I should go this way. Right there is where I want to go. I just want to take a little tip off the top. There we go. Glue, glue, glue. My favorite glue stick. I got them in my stocking and they're not going to last very long. I just can't get over the price of glue sticks now. Oh, well, as we know, everything has really... So I'm going to leave that exactly that way. This just maybe needs a little more for me. So the back is basically done. Now right now it's really soft because the glue is still very wet, but as that glue dries it'll harden it up. So now let's go ahead. I am not going to do the tops of the tags today because I never do my tops of my tags. Well, I could do this one if I wanted to, but because I keep my tag bases, I used to punch the holes, but then I decided, oh, I don't want that tip. So now I just leave them like this, ready to go with the decorations, and then I can decide whether I'm going to punch the hole or going to staple, however I do. At one time I used to only put holes and do it, and I've learned new ways. Let's see what these are all. There's a tag. It was just I ran a white cardstock and I still have not gone to get white cardstock. I need to do that. Well, I'm not gonna lie, I couldn't afford it right now. You know, spending for Christmas, my budget went, and so cardstock had to wait. But the reason why is because I could go to Michael's and buy one for $10 and thing, but I rather go to our Bureau Grove and I get a 250 pack for $25. Better deal. So I'm just, and I know some people think, oh, it's only $25, but for me, unfortunately, sometimes $25. So I'm going to wait to see as January goes on, and because I have money, but I see what I have left, and if I have some left towards the end of the month. It does help that I sold a journal. I just haven't, we haven't gone any further with it. Neither one of us, we talk every day, but we haven't gone any further. That's my fault. I haven't been able to get to the post office. Okay. This is here because I like that bird and I'm going to do something tag-wise for this. Okay, I didn't find an image in there that I really liked for this. All my images seem too big. And I've already got a lady there, so I don't really want to put another lady, I think. that one might be too fat, so we might be going back. Yeah, that one's going to go in there, so it doesn't matter for this one. So let me put that back on so I don't lose those. When I do journals and I cut out the digitals, I cut them out and just paper clip them and they're ready. But I probably should put those. Am I liking her for some? Maybe if I rough her up a bit, age her up a bit. I think because she's taking, so what we might gonna do, take the scissors, and I think we're gonna make her a little bit more skinnier without cutting her. That's what we might end up doing. I want her skinny, skinny, skinny. Okay. Here we go. So what I'm going to be doing, because some of my stuff that I'm doing is going over 2 weeks. For instance, last week we made, some of them are sitting on my desk still. We made scrap bases. And so what I might do is send in when I do the winner of the draw, you might just get some bases, and then I might as well do some bases with fussy cuts, because right now we're doing fussy cuts. And that goes the same with my tags. There we go. And then easy enough. I could have done something. No, I don't think anything like that would look good. I should have put some lace or something on that. That might have helped. But basically what we're going to work on. Now, I unfortunately don't have magazine fussy cuts. For those that can't print digitals, I do apologize. So there we go. She might need a little something. We'll see. But for now, I mean, simple can work as well, because by the time I add my ribbon, and I actually have, I think, the perfect for this, because I just ordered this from Ali. I think I got this from, but I never had this before, and so I wanted to buy some. So I'm going to cut a little piece off. And I don't think I paid very much, and I got a lot. I have to look it up, because now that I see the quality of it, sometimes I buy just a little bit at first. I check the quality, and then I'll reorder it. But trust me, there's a lot here. So I like that. So I'm going to have to look that up. I used to not have this. I never knew how to use this stuff. And again, as you watch more videos, you learn things from other people. So this might be even too long. What I might do is tie it like this. Try to make a bow out of it. I'll have to trim it up. Yeah, just like that. In this case, you could glue it instead of staple it. That way you kind of have the knot there, which is what I'm going to do. Now, this that I cut off, I'm not going to waste it. That can go on a cluster. It could, one of these, it would look nice on too. I am actually going to use some glue. Excuse me for a second. I didn't bring this over because, uh-oh, there went the lid. I'll have to get that after, unless my cat's looking at it going, ooh, a play toy. She's just laying. To get her sometimes calm, she likes to lay on bags. Plastic, paper, whatever. So I put a plastic bag down so she would settle down beside me. And she's quite content right now. So I'm just going to dab that to the top. What I do sometimes, because I know that glue is going to take a while to set, so I'll just do that. So there's the tag done. Okay, and that's with a book page scrap and other scraps and a fussy cut. Okay. So we'll come back to that. Let's do this here. One of these. Let's see. Now I could easily turn that into a winter one, but I'm not going to. It needs to be... Oh, I didn't cover the back yet. I won't really do that on air right now because you all know how to cover a back of a tag. And it's really about fussy cutting today. I was supposed to do that during the week and I forgot about it. Oh, that's scraps. Let's get rid of those scraps off my desk. That little bit of garbage off my desk. I love making these now. This looks, even that I could have easily tucked in here. I wanted to show you guys. Oh, I don't know where the front is. I folded this over so it would take less room on my desk, and now I've kind of goofed it up. Oh, sorry guys. I'll remember not to do that again. I'll show you how that looks good in a journal. Like it could sit right here in this pocket with this as another. Actually, it suits it really well, so it might end up going in there. So sometimes it's a nice little decoration. See if we have, it could sit in here as well with this tag. Now if this, oh, look at that. This is a little pocket, so this is perfect for it. See, those little ones come out very handy. I love them. I love making these. I mean, there's a little bit of writing space. However, some might not. For me, sometimes it's just to add a little more free foo-foo to it. So this is a new style of journal. I'm trying the ring journal. So that I just wanted to show you what these tags are good for scraps. And this is all scraps, even right down to this. It's all scraps. And I could decorate the front of it, put something, but I think it would take away from this. That's what my biggest worry is. That I think on its own, I could put a word sentiment, but I think it's too short here and I'm not sure how it would look long-wise. So, you know, to me, that's completed. You know, again, you could add, it's up to you. I like it just the way it is. It's done to me. And the fussy cut of a flower. Okay, this one. What shall we do? Let's pull out our basket. Maybe sometimes what I do is I'll go through and if I have a few different things, I'll pull out a few different fussy cuts. I think most of them are not the right color. Okay. So I'll just start going through my envelopes. I'll need a spot, which means I have to move that journal, move those scraps out of the way, move my trimmer out of the way. I need a bigger working space for filming. But this is what I have for right now, and it'll work for now. Okay, there. Get rid of that type of stuff. This is for covering backs of journals, but we decided we might wait on that, so we'll do that. Okay, now I'm going to look at frames. That's not bad. So sometimes, oh wait, I prefer a smaller one. So we're going to pull that out, but I might pull out little square one too. I pull out a few things and then I play with it. Okay. I really want a picture for this. Oh, that's something like that might work too. So let's just grab it. And this, sometimes I find this the best way. Just go through your fussy cuts, grab a few things that you think you want to put on it, and then you just end up, I know I don't want a butterfly, but I don't. I'm just going, ooh. Okay, so I'm going to see what I have in these. I don't have, I wanted an image, but I don't really have an image. That might work. Let's see, I think that's too blue. Too big. Oop. So we just now kind of liking where I'm going with this. I'm trying to decide if I want to put a word sentiment or if I want to find a butterfly now, because I'm kind of liking where that went. Kind of liking where it went. Let's see, where's my, I don't want a blue butterfly, of course, because that would stand out. Wouldn't look good in it. Pulling out my brown butterflies. Yes, that's how I'm doing it. There we go. That's what I'm doing. Okay, so let's start gluing that down. Okay. Sometimes I find with fussy cutting, even though you cut really close to the edges, sometimes you still see a little bit of white. So sometimes I just take an edge around it. Now, if you wanted to, you could put 2 butterflies on this, but I don't want to lose this beautiful background. Now, what I do with these butterflies sometimes, did I bring my fussy cut scissors? I ordered a new set of scissors just for cutting out fussy cuts because some of my scissors got too much glue on them now. I take away a little more of that plastic. Now, you don't have to. That's just me. There we go. But I definitely, when I do this, trimming up the plastic's a little harder than the paper. Gotta think what I'm gonna make for lunch today. talking about that salad. Really made me hungry for it, but I don't have any left. And yesterday's lunch was delicious. It was leftover soup that I made. It's a very simple soup I make. I buy the ready-made tortellinis. Oh, this is a sticker, so I don't need glue. But here's the fun part for me. I have a hard time getting these off sometimes. There we go. That wasn't too bad. And then I bought frozen meatballs, and I bought beef broth, and I threw it in the pot. With first, I put my seasoning in with a little more seasoning in with the beef broth. Cut my onions, my celery, my carrots, and put it in. Let that boil a little, because the ready-made tortellinis only take seconds. Throw my frozen meatballs in the oven and let them cook a bit. And then I throw the meatballs into the soup and let them just cook for a few minutes in the soup. Just to flavor the broth a little bit with that. Then I throw the tortellinis in it, and I make that type of soup. And I love it. It's very simple, but I love it. And I had leftovers yesterday night. And the mother of the little boy went home. She was for dinner with us and then went home. So there you go. And now, depending on when I go to put this in a journal, I decide to punch a hole and tie it, or however, I just leave it like that. So there we go. This one, I don't remember if you remember, those that were watching me. This was a cluster I made, and I hadn't glued that in there yet. Let's put a little glue on that. And I decided to make it showing you the different ways you can make this, what you can do with your clusters. And this is going to be my topper. So I'm going to glue it right there, but I'm just going to edge. And I haven't covered the back of this yet, and that doesn't matter. I'll do that later. So I'm just going to put this one on. That way I don't lose it. So, and that's just going to sit like that. I just want to darken that up a bit. Now, I could have even put something like that on it to give it a little bling bling by itself. I might end up, never know, I might end up doing that. But so that's going to sit there. Now let's see what we're going to put on this one. Again, pull out some of my images. I need to find more images, a variety of images. I have some. I got to print my own out. I've been doing some, but I just haven't printed them out because I wanted to catch up with my fussy cutting before I printed anything out. And in this case, what would look good, I'm going to open it. Last night, you all know about my little box of scraps. Well, my one cat wanted to get in it, and it sits up somewhere. She flipped that box upside down and sent my scraps flying all over the place. Everywhere. I'm still seeing more scraps today just as I'm going. So I'm just looking for, I think I want to put, let's pull this. I think I want to keep it more of on a neutral. So I think I want to pull a neutral number out. So we might end up putting that there. So we're going to pull that one out. Oh, and let's just double check. Let's grab this round pink one just in case, depending on what we go with. Just going to grab a couple out. That's how I store my fussy cuts, numbers and everything, in a binder in that. I don't think I want it to be too pink. The only other thing, I might want a longer one. So I'm just pulling out a couple that I can play with. So and this is what I was thinking. I wanted to put something down here. So I'm just thinking in my little if I have the right word, dream. I could put it this way.